As he said, my name is Leon Jones Jr. I am a candidate for the Republican nomination for Attorney General. And I'll give you just a real quick synopsis on me, why I'm running, and kind of what I plan to do as the next Attorney General. I know we only have about 20 minutes, so I'll make this very quick. I'm from Arkansas, born and raised. I'm the 7th generation Arkansan, and my 4th great-grandparents were born in 1819. And so that gives you an idea of the longevity of our family, but it also speaks volumes to the progress of our country. When I can sit in meetings and counties across the state and ask to be the next Attorney General, they would never have thought that was possible. And as you know, I grew up in Pine Bluff and went to the UAPB. I'm an undergraduate in English. Taught high school English for a number of years and decided that really wasn't what I'm here to do. And so went to law school and worked for the Huckabee administration, and then had my own law practice, worked for Walmart, and I was most recently the director of the Department of Labor, as well as the executive director of the Fair Housing Commission. And so in those positions, I learned a lot about FOIA, and not only in those positions, but in the positions that I held in various volunteer positions. I sat on the Fair Housing, the Housing Authority in Fayetteville, Arkansas. I currently sit on the Gaines House board, of which I'm the president, and I also sit on the Hunger Relief Alliance board, which I'm the past president of. And it's hugely important that our government entities have transparency. One of the things that I will do as the next Attorney General is create 5 15-county districts. Well, I'll have an attorney, an investigator, and a staff person assigned to those districts. And one of the reasons why I'm doing that is so that we can have an opportunity for the AG's office to be readily accessible. There was a question, I forget who asked the question, but there was a question about how can someone get in touch with the AG's office? And, you know, of course, they have the constituent services, but if you're living in Clay County and you want to get in touch with someone in the AG's office and you make a phone call, and that call isn't returned in 48, 72, 2 weeks, how are you going to get in touch with the AG's office? And so having a presence in those counties, I think, is hugely important. But also from a FOIA perspective, the AG's office puts on FOIA conferences for government employees at least once or twice a year. If you're in the respective areas, you can do that more frequently for those local officials, for the county officials, for the municipalities, and so on and so forth. And so that's one of the things that as the next AG I will do in order to bring the AG's office to the ground level so that people can get in touch with the AG's office. And I think you also you wanted us to kind of talk about the importance of FOIA, I think it was.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. So again, as I sat on boards and commissions, and as I was the director of labor and director of the Fair Housing Commission, I learned how important FOIA was. Because if I'm doing something, if I'm making a decision as a director of the Department of Labor, and that decision affects citizens, citizens need to know what we did, how we did it, and why we did it. And also holding our government officials accountable, I think is something that we have to do as citizens. When I become AG, I want to be as transparent as possible. There are some times when you cannot reveal how the sausage is made. But there, most times, are opportunities for your elected officials to stand up and say, hey, here's the decision we made and here's why. Here's how we came to that conclusion. It also helps keep down the press, negativity on the press, and it helps bolster trust in your government. And so, you know, I'll release the microphone at this point to Mr. Gibson, but I just want people to understand here and online that if government officials are not supportive of our FOIA, then we have too many instances where we can lose money, we can lose documents, and we can lose trust.
Thank you, Leon. And so I'm Jesse Gibson,
And when I've been going around across the